We lie right now. Today is, excuse me, March 15th, 2025. And we're doing pretty good right now. I hope that you're doing pretty good right now. And I am just talking about coffee. I had a friend that wanted me to talk about the tariffs. And it's not that I shied away from this whole topic, but it, it affects everybody, right? It's not just in coffee, but we're talking about in general how we feel about how prices are affected and everything. As you know, you go through this too, especially when it comes to going to the grocery store. Prices are so high. I have to manage, kind of gauge, kind of do things a little bit differently as I go about trying to go ahead and getting, groceries and stuff for my family. And since groceries or coffee is a staple in most people's lives, they probably already witnessed that prices are going up. Me personally, I haven't raised my prices. I will. Probably closer to $1 or two, depending on what I actually know of how much I paid for the coffee last time to what it is right now. I did reach out to my importers about coffee and prices and all that good stuff, but none of them have gotten back to me as of yet. I'll try again, probably try one more to kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with. But yeah, prices are going to go up, right? But really, what am I talking about here? I think one of the things that I like to talk about or try to get at is that what is the value? What is the value of coffee? What does that mean to you? What does that mean to me? And how of benefit it can be to all of us, right? So, value to me, you're getting something out of it. A lot of times, whenever I do drink coffee or experience things in general, is that I rarely, I do think about the price, but I think about all the other things that it's going to do for me. For instance, I'm sort of in a market of getting a NAS system so I can back up all my material, have enough space in order to actually record these videos, do these podcasts, and be ready to have that peace of mind that, okay, everything's backed up. I bought something before, it kind of works, but it makes a weird sound at times. I have to do all this Houdini trick in order to make it work. And I've been on the market again. Okay. So I guess what I'm saying is that I'm wondering if I'm going to have to be spending X amount of dollars, what is the thing that I'm really trying to get out of this whole thing? What is its goal? What is the objective of this particular thing? So those are some of the things that I constantly think about. Yes, price does matter, but at the end of the day, what is it solving? What is the value that I'm actually getting out of this whole thing? And that's what I'm thinking about constantly all the time. It's like, how can I help people get the thing that they want to get out of things in order to live their life? And in this case, we're talking about coffee, right? What do you get out of a coffee? Anybody can go to the store. They can pick up a bag of coffee, throw it in their cart, pay for it. But really, what are they getting out of it? Are they getting the convenience? Are they getting the taste? Are they getting the experience that they think that they would get out of a cup of coffee or a bag of coffee or whatnot? Those are some of the things that I think about. So I'm always thinking about, yeah, okay, it's hard out for me over here because of how much the product actually costs. But really, what am I giving back to you? Those are some of the things that I'm thinking about and how I can do that more often, if people, so to speak, buy my coffee. I know I don't really talk about buy my shit. I really don't. I probably should. But at the end of the day, it's about giving you a reason to trust me, a reason to feel that I'm not BSing you, which I'm not. And I believe to an extent, probably one of the few coffee companies, at least right now, we'll see where this goes and everything, is that I want to give out value beyond just a bag of coffee. And I think that's the reason why I'm so big on this whole podcast stuff, this YouTube thing, and really just trying to understand where you're coming from. Because at the end of the day, that's all that's important. What you care about, what you like, what you don't like, the reasons why you like what you like, and how it can help bridge the gap of that. Those are the things that I think about constantly, about value, giving things back, and understanding to the point to where if you're not getting any value, what's the point of you actually subscribing to my message or the way I go about doing things? So that's what I'm thinking about all the time. And I think this whole tariff stuff, this thing about cost and price and why we're doing what we're doing, why it matters for you, why it matters to me. And it's getting me to think about this more so as a opportunity to provide even more value. And I have a good idea of what value is. I truly, really do. But sometimes I need help. Sometimes it'll be helpful for you to let me know what value you're looking for in this whole coffee thing. Things that you care about, things that you struggle with, things that you're constantly on the fence on when it comes to brewing a cup of coffee. Because I believe that's where my bridging the gap is going to be of help. Of course, I can show you, tell you, communicate to you the way I've actually roasted the coffee and what you're actually probably getting out from other roasters that roast coffees. But at the end of the day, it's all about the brewing. So if that makes any sense, I hope it does. And those are some of the things I think about all the time. The value, the logic, the way of actually going about you enjoying coffee. It's weird. It can be weird. I just, how we just say it's weird, but it's not really weird. It's interesting. It's one of those things to where I am trying to understand things even more so, to the point to where, you guys are the only people I really care about, especially when it comes to this coffee thing. But yeah, I don't know really where it's going to go. I did just want to talk to you about what I think about this whole tariff thing and how it will affect my business. But the biggest takeaway, or the things that I can give to you when I'm talking about this whole thing, is that I'm trying to rediscover what value is and what it means to you, and how I can give even more value in order for you to be ready, equipped for your journey in coffee. Yeah, I think that's it. And I think at times, whenever we think about things like this, in a case of like, oh, this is happening to us, this is something that we have to deal with. It is, but I'm always kind of looking at situations to the point to where how it can actually help out somebody else. Because at the end of the day, everything's going up. All prices are going up. But can we give even more value, even though things are what they are when it comes to coffee? So I'm going to need your help to help me out with that. I will think about other ways to, of course, provide even more value, things that you care about. And I want to give that back. I want to give you something to where you look forward to me coming on here, talking about things or giving giveaways out. If that's what you want, please let me know, because a giveaway is not a giveaway. It costs me money, but but it doesn't matter. I just want to know what you care about, what kind of things you want to do when it comes to coffee. What things do you struggle with? What things that you don't want to waste a bag of coffee on, but it's something that you would like to know of and how that can help you along your journey. So that's kind of like where I'm at with a lot of this stuff. And I hope that this is a help. And tariffs, government, politics, whatever, that's not my game plan. That's not my cup of tea or cup of coffee, so to speak. And I think that's perfectly fine. Or this is not the platform that I want to use this whole thing on. I just want to help people. I just want to help people in their coffee journey as much as I can and as it makes sense. And as we go through life independently, together or whatnot, that's all I care about. You enjoying your coffee journey as much as you can. Because at the end of the day, that's what I care about. There's many other ways that I'm planning to expand my expertise to give you the best experience as much as you can. We may talk about those later, but at the end of the day, shit happens to everybody. Tariffs, government, death, sickness, happiness. It all happens to us. It happens to us differently at different times. We feel different. We go through things in a way to where we have to react. We have to go about it in a certain way. And whichever way that we decide to go about it in order to solve our problems, those are what we're made of. Those are things that we know that we can do in order to have the brightest future as much as we can, if that makes any sense. So this is a little different one, but I do want you to know that I'm thinking about that. But it's more about value to you. What do you get out of coffee videos? What do you get out of podcasts? What do you get out of drinking a cup of coffee? What is the value that you actually get from this whole experience? That is where we're at. I would love to talk to you more about that. Let me know. Let's talk about it. So this is Oki at Everyday Beans signing off. I think the next one will be a coffee-centric episode or talk. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.